Well, welcome in, everybody. It's Friday night football here at Franklin High School, the Gallatin Green Wave in town. First meeting between these two teams since 2002, November 15th, 2002. Second round of the TSSAA playoffs. I'm Jay Johnson. Rocky Jackson back in for another season. Rocky, welcome in.
Yeah, thank you, Jay. Ready for another one. It's going to be fun watching two undefeated teams so far, right?
Both teams coming in 1-0. Franklin with a 20-0 win over Laverne last Friday night, and Gallatin just
44-28
ran all over Hendersonville, 44-28 in the opener. The big gun for Gallatin, quarterback Jackson Stroop, just signed with VMI today.
240 yards last week, 5 touchdowns. I looked it up, did my homework, Jay. 82% efficiency passing last week. He had a good night.
What was his passer rating?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, I just going to say.
So the AI can only help so much.
The 6'5" quarterback coming in tonight is the one to watch for Gallatin. For Franklin, it's Tennessee signee Luke Thompson, number 10. The speedster at the wide receiver, slot back, H-back, quarterback. He'll play pretty much every position out there on the field tonight. But what a beautiful night for football here at Howard Gamble Stadium. A little late start. This is a throwback to the 1990s with a 7:30 start tonight.
Yeah, I heard Gallatin didn't have enough time to get here if they started normal, so we had to go a little bit, 30 minutes later?
Yeah.
They lined up. Looks like we're ready to go. Waiting on Gallatin to come out now.
So Gallatin with the familiar Green Bay Packers look across the way there, which they've had for years. Talk about Gallatin history there. Back in the 80s and 90s, they were a state powerhouse. Coming in here, we were talking earlier today about my junior year here. We were 8-0 coming into the 9th game of the season, and Gallatin beat us 28-7. And then Franklin got upset the next week by Mount Juliet and went 8-2 and missed the playoffs.
Yeah, it can happen in a heartbeat, ups and downs.
So here we go. We're ready to kick this one off. Austin Asherbrenner, the kicker, the junior kicker, number 43. He'll start things off. And back deep for Franklin, Micah Howard. Speedster wearing number 14. And the home opener is underway with a squib kick rolling. Did it get into the end zone? It does for a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 for Franklin on the 20. Ryder Gregg, the starting quarterback. He'll get the nod, the sophomore. Had a good game last week, couple of touchdown passes. Miles Putnam caught the first one in the first quarter, put Franklin ahead for good. And Gregg in the shotgun, and first play for the Ads. Handoff goes to Panea, and he goes nowhere.
Yeah, they stacked 2 receivers on both sides that time, trying to open up a running lane up the middle. That's a good job by Gallatin plugging things. Their defensive front from up here looks pretty big.
I was just about to say a whole different look on the defensive side of the ball from last week. So it's a loss of about 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 12.
Yeah, Gallatin only starting with 3 people on the line.
It's a quick one out to Thompson. He gets away from one man. Now he's going to reverse field. He's got a block, and he's going to turn the corner. And out of bounds, close to the first down. The proverbial making something out of nothing there.
Yeah, Luke's just one of those guys. You got to give him football any way you can.
He's running out of bounds at the 28.
And a good job out there. Couldn't tell who it was. I was worried when he turned the corner there. Somebody had a chance to hold. I was afraid they were going to do it.
Yeah.
And good job letting that man go. Luke was able to turn the corner anyway. So 3rd and 2. Franklin having a little bit of problem with substitutions. And here's the other quarterback. Isaac Burgos is in on 3rd down. We knew we'd see both of them tonight. He'll go straight up the middle, hole, and a first down.
Yeah, good push there by Franklin up front that time.
Joseph Panea again picks up 6 yards, gets the first down at the 34. So a fresh set of downs for the Ads here.
Gallatin bringing 5 up front this time. Change formation a little bit.
And a whistle, and I think Franklin's going to take a timeout. Coach Atkins didn't like what he saw there, and he'll burn his first timeout of the first half.
So what, 4 plays, 2 quarterbacks? We knew there was going to be kind of a rotation going on.
At halftime of tonight's game, the FHS Student Council will be beginning their collection for the Franklin Food Drive. As the cheerleaders and
So both teams 1-0. Again, this was a long-time rivalry. Franklin and Gallatin were in the same district all the way up to, I think, around the mid-90s. Then they separated for a while and then came back together in the early 2000s for about 3 years.
Yeah.
And like I said, the last time they met was 2002.
Boy, you know Coach wants this one.
Oh yeah,
that old school, that old job. He wants to win this one.
Good turnout across the way from the Gallatin faithful.
Yeah, we do have 2 full bleacher sections. Bobble on the snap, but recovered.
Greg trying to turn the corner, sticks the ball out, trying to get a couple of yards extra there.
Greg on the carry.
And he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Give him a yard.
Yeah, whenever you run those stretch plays like that where you're trying to hit the corner, when you bobble the snap, you almost have no chance. You're already 2-3 steps behind.
So a gain of 1 brings up 2nd and 9. Franklin in the all grays tonight with the maroon helmets. Another snap bobbled. Greg gets away, throws over the middle, got a man complete. Howard across the 50, down inside the 45 to the 42. Finally tackled there by Javion Link.
Yeah, it was a well-designed play there. They had Trey Gibson out here closest to us as wide receiver, and they ran him on a post, and it left it underneath wide open.
So a 24-yard pass and catch. And Franklin is inside Gallatin territory at the 42-yard line.
Pretty impressive by Greg there, being just sophomore. Stepped up, got away from some pressure, stepped up in that pocket, and made a great pass.
You got to like how he kept his eyes downfield, because he probably could have run there. He had a lane, but
either or. Yeah, I think we've seen it open up though.
Good job seeing the open receiver. Back on the ground to Panea. He's trying to turn the corner. He does. Gets around the edge. He's got a big gain. First down yardage down inside the 30. So Franklin showing some good speed early as Panea turns the corner, and he was chased out of bounds by the defensive end, Preston Mooney.
Yeah, another good play call there. There was a defensive end that had a running back nose up, and he just could not keep up to get on that edge. So far, Franklin's got some really good calls to get the right situations they want.
Well, like you said, familiarity with this team. You know, Coach Atkins ought to know what to expect. So 1st and 10 from the 29. Franklin with a good drive here to start the ball game. He'll throw this time, and a diving catch, and he couldn't hold on. Dane Hodgkins laid out for that one, but the ground jarred it loose.
Yeah, game of inches right there. It's a good throw. Nobody else could get it but him, but it was just out of the reach. I think he actually pulled it in, like you said. He had it till he hit the ground.
So 2nd and 10 from the 29.
May run at him here. Gallatin's went back to that 3-man front.
And something you don't see a lot in high school football is a 3-4 defense.
A 3-4, right.
Here's a quick screen out there, and that one hung up in there a long time, and Putnam got drilled.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits to it. You have 3 or 4 guys back in that secondary that when plays like that are ran, they can step up easily.
Had a play like that last week where the ball just hung up there a little too long.
Yeah.
I believe it was Luke Thompson that got hit pretty hard on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the worst scenario because they're jumping, focusing on that football, opening up that rib cage. When they come down,
Yep.
it's a violent collision.
It's 3rd and 10.
It's a big play here.
Yeah, 3rd and 10, right on the edge of field goal range. And Franklin may have gotten him to jump off sides as the offensive line pulled the Dallas Cowboys and stood up at one time.
Yeah, that was planned. All of them stood up at one time. Gallatin ran right across the line.
But they're going to call Franklin. Now, I know I was listening to Doug Matthews' show the other day, and he had, can't remember the guy's name, that's the supervisor of officials. He said this year in SEC college ball, any kind of movement
Yeah.
concerted by the offense that's designed to draw the defense offside would be flagged.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, when I played and the center was pointing around and yelling at movement, that was penalty,
Yep.
right? Now it's like they can dance up there as long as they do it at the right time. But I will say, I was watching Coach. Whatever the official explained, he seemed okay with. I think he knew somebody messed up.
Second time out of the half.
Now, I'm trying to sound all smart here about saying that, and I think I said it backwards. What they were talking about the other day was they were talking about how the defensive line sometimes will shift one way or another all in unison to try to draw the offense. And they said this year that could be called a flag on the defense for drawing the offense into a false start. So
The NFL's trying to do whatever they can to get more points. That penalty is going to put us at 3rd down 15 now for Franklin. That is going to put them out of field goal range. So you got a little situation here. You want to be careful. Gallatin's got 3 up front again. So they're not going to have a lot of pass rush here, but you got to be careful with the football. You got trips left, single wide receiver to the right. Safe with a screen, but it was dropped. So they're going to have 4th and 15 here from the 34. Jay, you're too close to kick it, and probably too far away from first down.
yeah, you got to remember Franklin is without their first string kicker, as Henry Root's out right now. So Franklin, after a good drive, will have to go for it. 4th and 15. And they got the completion to Miles Putnam, but he's going to be way short of the first down.
Yeah, that's a safe play. Yeah, he just ran a little stop route, get 5 or 10 back.
So Gallatin's defense holds after a good drive by Franklin. That seemed like it was a long drive, but it was less than 4 minutes.
Gallatin will start the drive first and 10 on their own 25-yard line.
So here is Gallatin on offense for the first time. Jackson Stroop, the big 6'5" quarterback, and he goes to work immediately. Completion to Barksdale on the far side, and he's going to pick up good yardage.
Yeah, getting to a rhythm there. A little quick, short pass.
Tegan Lee came up to make the tackle from his linebacker position. And Gallatin going quickly here. Stroop again, looks, throws, complete. This time it's Scott. And Scott's past the sticks. He'll have a first down.
Yeah, both these wide receiver cores, both Franklin and Gallatin are some seasoned guys. They're junior, seniors all over the field.
And Gallatin going quickly and Franklin trying to catch up. Here's a quick jet sweep and nothing there this time. He's going to be stacked up.
Tegan Lee out there. Lane Anderson out there. Good group tackle.
Justin Ozan in there as well. So
yeah, I think he was the first one there. I just missed his number.
Loss of 4 on the play, brings 2nd and 14. Again, Gallatin moving quickly. This time Stroop will keep it. He'll run, dragging a tackler along with him. Zion Brown jumped on top of him. And
Zion's shaking up a little bit.
Zion's still down. And Brown, the injured player. We got a stoppage. We'll take a break here. No score. Midway through the first quarter.
It didn't look like a hit. Is that it?
So back in action here. 3rd and 8.
2 right and 2 left for Gallatin. Spreading the field out a little bit. One running back in the backfield with Stroop.
3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Like to get a stop here, get the defense off the field. Blitz coming. They pick it up. He's got time. Throws complete right at the sticks. It's going to be close.
Yeah, it's going to be based on where they mark this, and it looks like, it's close, Jay. I can't tell from here.
And they're going to give him the first down. Gallatin did a good job of picking up the blitz there.
Yeah, that one running back in the backfield did a great job picking up that blitz.
Franklin brought pressure and it did not get home. Showing blitz again. Here they come. And this time he dumps it off to the running back across the middle. Holman, he's got room. He's still going down inside the 25.
Yeah, a little cat and mouse here. Franklin brought up Justin Ozan there from a linebacker and acted like he was going to blitz. Then he backed off into the secondary and they threw the ball right where he was. Dumped it off.
Here's another quick one out into the flat. Caught, nice cutback. A couple of quick moves there from Ontario Scott.
Yeah, it's probably 8 or 9 yards after the catch there. Good move. It's hard, when you're running full speed to the sideline like that and they cut back. It's tough to shift all that momentum, make the tackle.
He'll pick up about 9.5 yards. It's close to another first down, 2nd and inches. Back on the ground this time. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Tegan Lee made the hit. And it's going to be close.
Yeah, probably.
Tegan Lee meets him at the line of scrimmage.
I think you're going to have 3rd here and a half a yard of that.
3rd and inches again. As that was Malachi Harper on the carry. Back to Harper again. He's hit but kept his legs moving and he got the first down. Harper hit at the line of scrimmage, but was able to battle his way down, pick up a couple of yards, and get enough for the first down.
Yeah, that looks like a read by Stroop on that play. He's handing up the middle, but you can kind of tell he's looking at that left defensive end over there when he does it.
Talked to Coach Atkins today, said you'd see a lot of RPO from them.
Yep.
And here's a blitz again. Stroop gets away. Nice fake. He's got room down inside the 20, inside the 15, and down to around the 11-yard line.
Yeah, it's a good pull there. Franklin had good defense down the field. Stroop didn't see much, but 2 blown tackles again on that. They got to bring him down if they're going to get to him. Of course, he's a big boy.
1st and 10 from the Franklin 11.
Straight up the gut this time, down to the 5. Harper on the carry.
Harper on the carry. Burney and Lane Anderson in on the stop. Getting 6 yards on the play. It's 2nd and 4.
So 2nd and 4 at the 5. They can get a first down inside the 1-yard line. Back to the ground again, straight up, and Harper just keeps moving. And did he get in? Yes, he got in. Touchdown, Gallatin.
Yeah, just good hard running there. You got to give them credit. They making holes, and they just pushing right now.
Yeah, Malachi Harper, a couple of times they've hit him in the backfield, but he just keeps going.
Yeah.
Also like the ball in for extra point.
So Gallatin strikes first. Extra point, no good.
No good. That was Shank. Yeah, you got to give him credit. I don't think Stroop had an incompletion. That was pretty much a perfect drive. Every run was 3 to 5 yards, except for the big one, Hit the receiver underneath for, was it 30, 32?
Yep. So Gallatin strikes first, 3:36 to go in the first quarter. Gallatin leads Franklin 6-0. Franklin will have the ball when we come back. So Gallatin on top early as they drive 74 yards and lead us 6-0 after the missed PAT. Better kick this time. That one will go through the end zone for a touchback. Franklin will have it on the 20. We always ask this, when are they going to move it in high school out to the 25?
These boys, their legs are getting bigger.
Yeah. Or move the kickoff back to the 35.
Yeah.
We were talking about that the other day. The days of the 270-pound linemen kicking it straight on, they're gone now.
Yeah. There's actually kicking coaches now.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Well, I know Ravenwoods was and straight up the middle. Panea got a lot of room, and he's across the 35 out to about the 38. Still going. They can't bring him down. He makes it out to the 39 before finally Ryan Williams gets him to the ground.
Yeah, it's a big boy run right there. Panea hit right up the middle. He went right off the center's right hip and didn't slow down for 8 yards.
First down. First and 10 Admirals from their own 38-yard line.
Yeah, you talk about kicking coaches. Our friend and scoreboard operator over here next to us, Steve Phillips, got to run into Ravenwood's kicking coach a couple of years ago, David Akers.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one to have.
So while we're talking again, Panea with another big run out to about midfield. And just like that, he's got another 12 yards.
Yeah, I believe the coach looked at it over there. You know, if they're going to run 3 linemen up front, you got to take what they're giving you, right? Yep. Just run it right at them. Make them change. You dictate what their defense is.
So 30 yards on 2 carries for Panea on this drive.
And now we're seeing bringing another lineman up, so they got a 4-man front. 2 linebackers behind. And you see the call coming from coach on the sideline changing it.
Play clock down to 10, still plenty of time. This time they'll go deep. And he drops it in. He's got it.
Yeah, perfect pass.
Right there.
Perfect pass.
Miles Putnam
in stride too, buddy. That was pretty.
50 yards for the Franklin touchdown.
That's what I mean. Dictate what they're doing. They come out a 3-man front. You run it, gash them right up the middle for 10 apiece. They bring another guy up. You've seen the audible from the coach. Dagger for 50. That was just pretty. Defense wanted more rest.
So Jose Gonzalez on to try the extra point. Kick is up, and this one is good. And with the extra point, Franklin takes the lead with 2 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the first quarter, 7-6.
Coach down there jumping up and down, boy. Yeah, we seen it in the first possession. They had good yardage. They just sputtered. You had an incomplete pass, and then you had a drop ball. And then you had a penalty for 5 yards that got them in a hole. They had to go for it for, fourth from the 30. Can't kick it that far with your backup. But we got a game here, boys.
Yeah, but what was so great about that pass, Rocky, he did have safety help coming over, and he still dropped it right in the breadbasket.
Yep.
So Franklin regains the lead as Gallatin scores with 3:36 to go. Franklin with 2:12 to go. Strikes right back.
Yeah,
three plays, 80 yards.
Yeah, I'm impressed with Greg so far. It doesn't look like your prototypical sophomore quarterback. He's stepping up in the pocket. His head's staying on a swivel. You can tell he's got the ball, both hands underneath his chin strap, not lagging around. These well-coached kids be sophomores. Now they got to kick it back. They're going to have to find an answer to Mr. Stroop.
Gonzalez set to kick for Franklin. Casey Marcel and JoJo McMurray are deep for Gallatin.
So Gonzalez to kick. There's a high, short one coming towards the sideline, and they'll wisely let it go out of bounds. Hodge looked like he was going to try to grab that one, then backed away and let it go out of bounds.
Yeah, I can't tell if he meant to pooch that or if it was just a miss, but it's going to give Gallatin good field position with 2:12 left here.
So Gallatin will get good field position with a kick out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So Franklin's defense back on the field quickly. Didn't get much of a break there. And back to the ground. And this time nothing doing for Harper. Harper that time couldn't get away. He got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it's good contain there. Harper tried to bounce that. Defensive end stayed home.
It's 2nd and 10.
Back to the air. Stroop gets away from Lee. Still scrambling. Got away again. He won't get away this time.
Nope.
As he was met there by Justin Ozan.
Yeah, meet everybody. I think he shed 3 tacklers till he met Justin. Justin got him squared up.
Justin Ozan.
So a loss of 3 on the play.
A lot of guys in there. Zion Brown, Jude Wheeler got in there at that time.
15 yards to go.
Big 3rd down here. Like to get this Gallatin offense off the field. Blitz coming. Throw over the middle, incomplete, and on a play like that now, you always look, is there going to be a flag? And nobody went for the flag on that one, so it'll be incomplete.
Yeah, a little Mahomes effect. He threw that ball sidearm about 30, 40 yards.
So the defense comes out and gets the stop.
That's what we needed here. You got, excuse me, Malachi Howard back.
And we got a whistle.
Timeout here. Yeah.
Gallatin has to take a timeout on special teams.
That's their first time out of the half.
Yeah, I count 12 people in that huddle. Or running off, so that's a good timeout.
The Franklin High School cheerleaders would like to thank their platinum and gold sponsors for the 2025-26 season. EPA Sports Training, Hillsborough Nutrition, Smack Songs, Station Hill Endodontics, CS Residential, Franklin Luxury Watches, Pets Endocare, QI for Life Acupuncture, Recreate LLC, and Zurich Homes Group LLC.
So Gallatin to punt. Franklin with 2 men back. Miles Putnam and Makai Howard.
That's ball in punt formation.
Putnam on the return. Makes the first man miss, and he's knocked down at the 45, 46 by JoJo McMurray.
Not bad coverage there by Frank. It's a pretty good punt. That one hung up there a good little bit.
Franklin will start the drive first and 10 from their own 47-yard line.
So good field position for Franklin.
Trips left for Franklin here.
This time Greg will keep it. And he'll get the corner and get good yardage out across midfield down to about the 49-yard line.
Yeah, one of those things doesn't get mentioned a lot. That was Joseph Panay, and he drove his guy about 15 yards off of that football. He made that block starting at the 45 all the way to the other 45. It's little things, right? Make it happen.
It's 2nd and 6.
And Rocky, one of the things I've been looking, and I started to say we hadn't seen Luke Thompson since he limped off the field earlier. Trying to spot him on the sidelines. And not much there this time.
He gained 2 yards on the play.
And we just spotted Thompson on the sideline, and he is out of his jersey and out of his pads. Don't know what happened. Try to get a report from the sideline sometime later in the half. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. A quarter in the books here at Howard Gamble Stadium. Franklin leads Gallatin 7-6. Second quarter coming up after the break.
Ready to get started back here. We got Franklin 3rd and 4. And 48.
3rd down and 4 to start the second quarter. Franklin right in front of us at the 47-yard line. Give straight up the middle. Panea, he's got room. He comes down. And are they going to get him? It's going to be a foot race, and he is in the end zone.
Same play. Panea's got about 80, 90 yards on 3 plays.
47 yards for the touchdown.
Joseph Panea goes 47 yards for the Franklin touchdown. Gonzalez to attempt the extra point.
Gonzalez extra point is up.
And good.
And it's good. So 11:46 to go in the first half. Franklin has grabbed a 14-6 lead on a 47-yard run straight up the middle from Joseph Panea.
Yeah, you got to give Franklin a lot of credit. I've said a couple of times, Gallatin's coming out a lot with a 3-man front. And for a lineman, that means you can't be lazy. You got to go a ways to get a block on somebody. And so far, center, both guards have been getting upfield when they need to and laying a helmet on people. And if you can get that first and second row whenever you got a 3-man front, it's a lot of green before the next guy's getting to you.
So you look across the way, the Gallatin fans a little stunned right now.
Yeah, I think, I read the win last week against Hendersonville was the first time they'd beat Hendersonville since 2019. You're coming in here with a really good quarterback. They got a veteran wide receiver crew, and so far, they're kind of getting hit in the mouth with the running game. But it's going to go back and forth. You got 2 really good football teams so far.
You know they can put some points up and put some points up quickly. So.
Yeah, I think it was key. Franklin, the last possession, got a lot of heat on Stroud. And you could tell he was uncomfortable, right? And he's really good, but I don't care how good you are. If you can't throw it, you can't throw it.
Short kick this time. It's going to be fielded. And bringing it back is number 22. JoJo McMurray.
McMurray returned. Lane Anderson and Jermaine Harris lead. Bring him down. Gallatin's going to drive 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line.
So here we go. Gallatin back on offense. Here they go to the air immediately. Ball complete over the middle. That's going to be Ontario Scott. Scott with a couple of catches already tonight.
Yeah.
And you almost just watch this. Their best offense is just kind of nickel and dime, and
let him throw fast. When you got this fast a wide receiver core, get it out of his hands, get it into their hands, let them move, let them go.
This time they go to the ground, straight up the middle. This is number 15 again. He's been the workhorse, Malachi Harper. And he's got the first down at the 45-yard line. Referee spots it right on the line.
Yeah, Harper does a really good job running below the pads. I mean, you can tell when he gets to that second level, he's low and he's hard to bring down.
Off the right side again, and good yardage out across midfield into Franklin territory.
Cross pass complete to Caleb. Anderson runs him out of bounds.
And there you go, just 6 yards, 7 yards, 5 yards, and
Gage Johnson on the carry.
There's Ozan coming up again from his linebacker spot, making a big stop here.
Yeah, he's had a couple big hits tonight.
He's got a couple big. So far, he's coming up with some force from that linebacker spot.
There's a flag down.
5 yards. First down.
So Franklin's going to get tagged with a face mask penalty on the play. And that'll add 5 yards to the end of the play and give him a first down. at the 41.
Gallatin first down. First and 10 Gallatin from the Franklin 41-yard line.
Paramedic over by the concession stand.
There's another sidearm throw, and it's complete. Harper.
Well designed play there by Gallatin. That was a little underneath slip screen. They let all those linemen. Franklin had 5 guys on line of scrimmage that time. They let all of them through right over the head for a screen. Well designed play.
First and 10 from the Franklin.
So there you go, a little short pass and run after the catch. Here's another quick pass out to number 1, Scott. And he'll get a couple.
David Domingo brings him down. Gain 2 yards on the play. It's 2nd and 8.
Another quick one out into the flat, complete. Makes a move, gets the first down, and gets down. Ball on the ground, fumble. And let's see.
No signal.
Franklin, there it is.
Wow, yeah.
Franklin got it. They're saying it's Ozan with the fumble recovery.
I think that was. I couldn't tell who knocked it out. I know Ozan recovered, but he may have had both.
So once again, you know, Rocky, last week we saw a lot of that, especially in the second half. Laverne controlled the ball, drove down the field, get to the red zone, and Franklin's defense would stiffen and get a stop. So this time they get a stop inside the 10. Looks like they're about the 8-yard line. Panea off the right side, got yardage again.
Yeah, you see that a lot, Jay, whenever you got really good offenses with quarterback and wide receiver. You know, when you get that close down in the red zone, the back of that end zone's an extra defender. Mm-hmm. You don't have to guard so deep, so you can come up and make some plays.
So Panea gets 7 and keeps Franklin in a good position with 2nd and short. Keep it on the ground. Panea looking for room off the left
really
side.
Good cutback by Panea. He was going to go off a right guard that time, and he had nowhere to go. Did a little cutback move and got 4 or 5 yards out of nothing. I think Panea is already over 100 yards by the 8:24 in the second quarter. He's having a game so far.
Yeah, he had 80 on 3 carries.
Yeah.
So a first down for the Franklin offense at the 20-yard line. Play clock running down to 5. Franklin hurrying. They get set, and they get it away just in time. And nothing this time. One of the few times Panea's not come in with good yardage.
Yep.
No gain on the play. It's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, poor you got Gallatin's went in man coverage out here, and now you got Miles Putnam out here by himself. 2 receivers left to the right. Gallatin went back to the 4-man front.
Greg rolls, throws off his back foot and hit Howard, and he couldn't hang on.
Yeah, I think this is the 3rd time Franklin's run that. They run both wide receivers on that side out on just go routes and then try to come across the field with the offside receiver. He just dropped that one. That would have been about a 5 or 6 yard gain.
So 3rd and 10. from the 20-yard line. Franklin leading 14-6. 5 wide receivers.
Yep, Tripp's closest to your screen here.
And they'll run the jet sweep to Panea. He'll cut up, not much there this time. A lot of white shirts there. And there'll be a big stack of about,
well, it did, guys.
20 players there.
Yeah, they had a insurance meeting in the middle.
And he got about 3 yards on the play, and Franklin will have to punt.
Gain of 3 yards on the play. It's 4-7.
So we'll see for the first time tonight, Ashton Orris, the punter, number 98.
Landon Atkins in punt formation.
He looks big for a punter, Jay.
For Gallatin.
He's got linebacker arms as a punter.
And doesn't get a good one away this time. Wobbly high kick, gets a bounce, and it'll go out of bounds right at the 45-yard line. And Gallatin will have excellent field position with 6 minutes exactly to go in the first half.
Gallatin throws drive 1st and 10 from their own 45.
So Jackson Stroop, the VMI commitment today, from what we heard from the Gallatin radio team. They'll go straight up the middle this time, and maybe a yard, maybe 2, as they stick with Malachi Harper. A lot of carries for him in the first half.
Yeah, that was Alexander Dykstra from the DL.
On the stop.
These guys playing well today on the run. You know, it's got to be frustrating to be up there and see these little bitty quick passes. It's aggravating.
Blitz coming, and they get that one away, and see what they're going to call it, incomplete pass.
Yeah, it looked like he went forward with it. They're picking it up just in case, like the replay will give it back.
Yeah. You saw right there, Jackson Stroop looking at the official as Tegan Lee went in and dove at him, trying to make the tackle, and got him down below the knee. In the NFL, that might have been roughing the passer.
Yeah.
So 3rd and a long 8. Stroop under pressure. He's going to be wrapped on him.
Well done.
Tegan Lee. And he was hanging on for dear life. Stroop almost got away.
Yeah, that's the definition of an actual shoestring, I think.
It's 4th down.
That was a fight to see who was going down first.
But Tegan,
that's a big play.
Tegan held on and gets the sack. And that'll bring up a punt for the Green Wave. They had great field position and couldn't do anything with it. So good kick this time. Uh-oh. Ball loose. And Gallatin's going to get it. That's a big play.
Yeah, you see Malachi running forward to try to get that ball, and it's like he took a bad line. It's one thing running straight at it, but when you're coming at it from an angle, it's tough to catch that ball in the air like that. Franklin's defense right back on the field here. See if they can get another stop.
Yeah, big momentum shift there, as this gives Gallatin new life at the 25-yard line. Stroop throws. There's that middle screen again. One man misses the tackle. Here's plenty of room. There's a flag down as all the way to the end zone. And I think Scott got in, but the official didn't even bother going to signal. Yeah. So
I think you got a hold out here on that.
Looks like there's going to be either a hold or a block in the back out here about the 12-yard line. Get those receivers downfield, and it is going to be a hold against Gallatin.
Hold it. Number 2 on Malcolm. 10 yard penalty from the spot.
Nathan Luau, the one guilty for the hold.
Gallatin penalized 10 yards for a hold. First and 10.
Stroop rolls. Flag coming in. You could see that one from here.
Yeah, there's another one.
Yep. And the ball's caught on the far sideline. But this one's coming back. Another holding penalty against Gallatin. That time it looked like the right tackle or right guard was out there holding.
They was trying to slide. You can tell both of them were running toward the right at the same time. He just couldn't hold it, keep those hands on the inside. They slipped on him.
I think the number he nailed was 64. Mason Cantor's going to get called.
It'll be first and 20 after the penalty.
So ball back around the 31 or 32 now make it. First and 20. Stroop to throw over the middle. Complete. Scott just goes down there. Scott's been his favorite target right there over the middle in that little screen.
They throw so fast. I mean, it's less than 2 seconds on every drop back before the ball's out in the hands of a wide receiver.
3 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the first half. He got about 4 yards back there. Second and 16. Stroop to throw again. Scott once again right in the middle of a crowd. He'll be dragged down at about the 21. And there is Justin Ozan again.
Fresh legs coming in from Franklin. Both linebackers come out right here.
7 yards on the
well, it's one of them's tight end. So you got one linebacker in, one tight end out.
And we got a whistle, and Gallatin is going to take a timeout. So timeout on the field, 2:46 to go in the first half. Franklin leading it 14-6.
Special thanks to the Franklin Admirals Quarterback Club for providing Nashville Pizza Company pizza in the booth tonight.
Here we go, big play, 3rd and 9. 2:46 to go in the first half, 3rd and long.
Trips right for Gallatin.
Blitz coming.
Looking that way.
Almost got home, but in the slot, it's Ontaria Scott. Touchdown, Gallatin.
Yeah, really good call out of the timeout. Put trips right. You run one short out, one long out, and one post. Guy just broke up and right down the middle.
Yeah, just a little seam route right there. Yep. With the pressure coming, there was nobody there.
That's running to attempt the extra point.
Extra point is up, and this one will be good. And there's 2:40 to go, and it's a 1-point game. Franklin leading it 14-13. Plenty of time, though, for Franklin to get down and make something happen.
Yeah, bad mistake there. You went from having the ball on the 50, getting ready to score and go up by 2 touchdowns with 4 minutes left, to giving up that, the fumbled punt. That's tough. Yep. It's a tough one to come back from. You got to give Gallatin credit there. They had 2 holding penalties. Still was able to put it in and keep this at a 1-point game.
So Franklin will get it back with 2:40 to go in the first half. Got one timeout remaining. Gallatin crowd trying to get back in it a little more.
Half corner in to kick off for Gallatin. Talbot, Howard, and Anderson are deep for Franklin.
Low line drive goes straight through the end zone.
I was about to say, I've never seen a kickoff or a kick return formation like Franklin's doing. There's nobody in the middle of the field until the two back deep guys. You know, they have somebody, of course, up on the line, but from the, let's call it 10 yards from the ball all the way to 60 yards from the ball, there's nobody in the middle of the field. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yep, you'll see some teams will start that little pooch kick, try to
hit
drop
it
it in right there.
A lob wedge.
So 1st and 10 at the 20. Pass near side complete. Here's Putnam with it. He turns the corner. He's got it. Catch and run out to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, I thought Travis Simmons had a chance to come up, but he just took a bad angle. Putnam was able to get around him, get another 10 yards after catch there. That was a good play.
So getting a good gain on first down. Now you get a little bit more aggressive.
I'll say this, that's the first time, too, Franklin's run Panay on like a play action. As soon as he went to get that football, you seen the entire front of Gallatin shift up. Trips right here for Franklin. Nobody on the left.
Play clock down to 6.
I've called timeout.
And Franklin's going to have to use their last timeout. You can tell clearly Ryder Gregg trying to get something there from Coach Atkins, and they just couldn't get it together on that play.
Yeah, I was wondering what was coming out there. Yeah, trips right for Franklin on that play, but they also had their tight end out on the left by himself. And he's got a one-on-one in that case with the linebacker. And I was wondering if that's the matchup they wanted. Because whenever they called a timeout, you could see Coach saying, stay, stay, stay. You know, I think he had the matchup he wanted. We just had a communication breakdown there somewhere.
It gives you home FHS action and selected road events for all games played against schools.
So while we got a quick break, mention some of the sponsors this year for our broadcast here: Air Conditioning Service Inc., Wilson Bank and Trust, BB's Barbecue, along with Fozzie's Bar and Grill. Raising Cane's back on in this year with Franklin Athletics. Appreciate these sponsors being with us.
Same look here for Franklin coming out of the timeout.
They're going to run it to the left side. And this is Gregg. He gets around the edge, and he's got about 8 yards. He's out of bounds. Didn't look like there was much there, but he made something. He very patient before he cut upfield.
I'll say this, Panea has had a night running it, but that's two key blocks to get Gregg loose. That, like you said, that was nothing there, and Panea is blocking like a lineman. Get some space for his quarterback. You love to see it.
So 2nd and 3. Panea runs right into trying to see 50.
It's DeAndre Harris. They look like 56 from here.
Yeah, 56.
Be careful here if you're Franklin. You got 129 and ticking. This is 3rd down from your 42. 44.
Yep, 3rd and looks like to be a long 4.
Yeah, this is a big down right here. You don't want to give it back to them a lot of time, but it's 107 and ticking, and Franklin's taking their time.
Yep.
Still got about 15 seconds on the play clock.
Gregg got it himself. He's going to try. He almost had it. Then he tried to head for the sideline, and he's going to be tackled short of the first down.
Ground down by Andy Brock.
80. I think that's 87. Be Terrell Starks for Gallatin, make a heck of a play. You had motion coming this way. You had a fake handoff coming this way, and Terrell stayed home to make that play on Greg. That was good defense.
And Franklin will punt with 49 seconds to go.
Atkins sent the punt.
And Gallatin's going to have to take a timeout.
I think Gallatin might have been worried about a fake right there. They had a lot of guys up on that play. I think coach might have got a little worried.
Yeah, you could hear the coaches shouting some instructions from all the way across the field.
Yeah, after the last punt you've seen, I'm wondering if you just think they might be better off just trying, going for a fake here. I think the last punt went, 15 yards?
Yep. Got used to seeing Thompson King with the rugby punt, the running. Got to see Thompson before the game tonight. He's here. Getting a long weekend, so he came home from school. We'll take in a little football here. Yeah, you see the kick returner coming way up. He's at the 30-yard line.
Yeah.
Scott deep for Gallatin.
Much better punt.
Yeah. And this one's going to hit and roll down to the 16-yard line.
Force's punt rolls out of bounds.
So we made the question last time. I don't know if he meant to do that or if he shanked it. He definitely shanked it last time. That was a much better punt.
All right, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought going into that play there was 49 seconds on the clock,
yeah,
and now
so
there's
too.
48 seconds on the clock. So pretty sure that play lasted longer than 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if Coach Atkins is trying to bring that to the officials' attention.
I don't know how they keep up with all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Gallatin will start to drive first and 10 from row 16.
So let's see what Gallatin does here. They're going to put it in the air. Quick pass on the far sideline. J.C. Cagle with the catch.
Trap pass complete to Cagle.
And I think the clock was still running that time because I heard the Gallatin people yelling.
Talbert.
The 40-yard punt took a second, and the 5-yard out took 8.
And now Coach Atkins is talking to the...
yeah, we're even. That's what he said. It's a wash.
Shouldn't be the scoreboard's fault. It's brand new.
Yeah.
I think it's user error.
Yeah. It's always a sad time for the kids in the end zone when the band has to come out. They have to stop their football game out there. Like they just said, they want 45 on the clock, 45. A little bit of a clock problem here. So I think we're good to go. Official blows whistle.
Man, they got the clock situation figured out. 45 seconds on the clock. Stroop gets away, throws on the move, caught in a crowd there. It's complete to Ontario Scott. And some pushing and shoving after the catch.
correction, Cagle.
Yeah, big 97 there for Franklin. That's Zion Brown. Just went upfield too far.
And this one's complete to Cagle, and he's slung out of bounds.
John Nick Talbot.
John Nick Talbot.
First time we call his name, but that's good defense there.
Clock still moving, 23 seconds, 22 seconds. Stroop padding his stats right here. Getting some yardage. Pass into the middle of the field, caught. Kayshawn Barksdale up to the...
Gonna put us 7 seconds. You tell Franklin just trying not to give up the home run ball here.
Yep. 7 seconds, one more catch inbounds ought to do it, and they'll spike it here.
Well, I think, I was watching him in warm-ups a little bit. He was throwing it 40 to 45 pretty easily. Can he get it 60 yards? I don't know.
It's 2nd and 10.
So 2nd and 10, 7 seconds to go. Stroop gonna roll. Now he's chased. Now he's chased again. Gets away, rolling, throws, just throws this one up for grabs. And it's gonna be caught on the side by Coach Dexter McCluster.
There's a flag on the play.
And there's a flag. And Franklin's gonna get a roughing the passer penalty on the final play of the half. It's gonna be 15 yards and a free play for Gallatin. And even more importantly for Gallatin, the Stroop is down. I didn't see what happened after he threw it. I was kind of watching the ball. Take a look at our replay here in the booth. It looks like they're working on his right knee.
He threw that odd. It was like a one-legged toss. You know what I mean?
Here it is in our replay. He got away from two, threw it, and he disappeared off camera. We couldn't see what happened. But that's going to move it up to the 39-yard line. And they said Gallatin's kicker, Austin Asherbrenner, kicked a 52-yarder last week. So from here, you're looking at a 56-yarder.
Franklin penalized 15 yards for a personal foul.
And we'll see how Gallatin's going to play this. Do you kick the long field goal or? Trying to see if you can see Asherbrenner in the huddle there.
It looks like Stroop's still in there. He's the one. You can tell the helmet up.
And I think he's going to have to come out for a play, though. If the game was stopped for him, he's going to have to take a seat for one play. And I don't think I've ever said this in a high school game. He's going into the medical tent.
We had a table. One of them plastic foldable ones.
So we're going to see the backup quarterback, Riley Ridings, number 3, the senior. He's going to come in for this final play, an untimed down, and they're going to hand it off. And straight up the middle, getting some yardage. It's Malachi Harper, but that will do it for the first half. Franklin leads it 14-13. Rocky, thoughts?
Gallatin, 13.
I think it's going to come down to who makes the least amount of mistakes. I mean, both offenses was stalled over, just holding plays and drops. But when they're running, buddy, they're hard to stop on both sides.
The FHS Student Council is
So it is halftime. Franklin leading it 14-13. We'll take a break. Be back with the second half in just a few minutes.
Please donate funds to support our food drive. Thank you for
We're back to Franklin High School. Second half about to get underway. We've got a good one going here. Franklin leads it 14-13. Gallatin will get the ball to start the second half. Jay Johnson alongside Rocky Jackson and Kerry Thompson tonight, bringing you Franklin High School basketball. Not yet. Football.
Almost.
Football season right now.
Yeah.
Cool weather's got me thinking basketball a little bit. So,
yeah, this is way better than last year. Almost died. Got a slugfest here going on. It's a good game so far.
So Gallatin will take the kick here. High, short kick, fair catch, signaled and caught at the 21-yard line. And there's your little pooch kick we were talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, so far first half pretty much, dominated. Missed punt, fumble. Gallatin got the ball back, scored, making it 14-13. But we got us a game so far, and I think, like I said, whoever makes the least mistakes in this, so far it's been a capitalization game.
Yeah, Franklin's touchdowns coming via the big play, a 50-yard touchdown pass to Miles Putnam, and then a 50-yard run from Joseph Panea. And Gallatin starts it on the ground, straight up the middle. They'll stick with Malachi Harper. He's been the workhorse.
Yeah, Malachi's putting together a good little game. He's not had a knockout punch, but he's just had body blows the entire first half.
Yeah, 5, 6, 7 yards a carry. Second down. Bobble snap. They'll swing this one out. And it's Harper again. He's going to be dragged down, number 40. Justin Ozan, we've called his name several times tonight for some big tackles and a fumble recovery.
Yeah, against this offense, it's been really important for both tight ends to stay home. They do a lot of swings. Quarterbacks doing a lot of short passes, and they've got to stay on the books. They can't go upfield too much.
3rd and 1. Here's a completion and a missed tackle. Barksdale is going to get it across midfield, down inside Franklin territory to the 41-yard line. And there's what we're talking about, Rocky, just a little dink and dunk, and then finally one of those is going to turn into a big play.
Yeah, Gallatin's offense runs so fast.
Here they go again. Stroop throws this one, sliding attempt on the far sidelines, incomplete.
That ball hit the ground, yep.
David Domingo right there on the coverage.
Yeah, I don't think Stroop has done but probably less than 2 or 3 just drop back set passes. It's either snap and throw within 1 step, or he's rolling right or left and he's throwing on the run, and so far he's really accurate when he's moving. Especially when it plays like this where he can roll to his right off that throwing arm.
Stroop to throw. Here's another little short pass and a caught and immediately hit there. Tegan Lee came up along with John Nick Talbert.
That's big. Preston Mooney, that is a big tight end.
Yeah, I think he lines up at defensive end on defense.
Yeah.
So a short gain on the play. It's 3rd and long for the Green Wave.
Bringing heat here.
Pressure coming. And they throw right where the pressure was, and it's complete. Harper again. He just leaked out of the backfield right where the blitz came from.
Yeah, I like that call, though, because so far in this game, Stroop, whenever he's got that open field to the right, he's been really good throwing it, running to the right. Right-handed quarterbacks like throwing, rolling that way. And they just caught him in a good call.
So 1st and 10 at the 29. Stroop to throw again. Looking, got time now. Now he's going to throw this one deep into the end zone. It's caught. Did he stay in bounds? Incomplete.
I thought he landed out. I think he jumped to catch that ball, and that was a heck of a catch because he caught that ball midair, but I think when he landed, he was out.
Scott came up showing the ball as if to say, I caught it. But the referee said no. And that's the first time we've really seen him go deep tonight.
I was about to say, that's the first shot they've taken. I'm wondering if they're going to follow it up here trying to run.
Yep. Harper straight up the middle. Hit, keeps going, runs over a man down to about the 27 maybe.
That's another good run by Harper. The first contact in that came about a yard behind scrimmage. He ended up getting 3 out of it. Big down here, so you're probably in 4 down or kick here for Gallatin.
3rd and 8, another 3rd and long. So far, Gallatin's converted twice this on 3rd and long. Blitz coming again. He gets away. Stroop looking. Now he'll tuck it and run. Tegan Lee got a piece of him.
Lee runs him out of bounds.
Ooh, big decision here.
It's 4th and 5. You kick the field goal, you can take the lead, and here comes the kicker.
Yep.
It's 4th down.
Yeah, I think this is pretty easy. I thought he got closer than that. I thought he was, tackled much closer to the marker. You're looking at 4th and 1 or 2. I really think about going here, but I think this is the right play, 4th and 5.
4th and 5. It'll be a 41-yard field goal. Snap's good. Set is good. Kick on the way, and it's good.
Wow, I'm telling you, he kicked that 15 yards deep.
Yeah. Like I said,
that was a big boy kick right there, Jay.
Yeah, we heard he hit a 52-yarder last week.
Yeah, he had plenty of leg left over. That ball went into the track.
So with 8:33 to go in the 3rd quarter, Gallatin has regained the lead 16-13.
I don't think people realize in high school what a weapon that is. To be able to kick it from there, he could have made that from 40.
Yeah.
This school year by following Joe Williams and Charles Pullman at the Williamson Herald. That's the Williamson Herald, Williamson County's sports source.
I think one of the fans from Gallatin has a green strobe light up there. You see that on?
I saw that earlier. It looked almost like a drone flying over there.
Really good turnout by both sides tonight.
Yeah,
Gallatin stands are full.
And I was looking around out there at halftime. We stepped out of the booth and looked both directions. A lot of people here tonight. Good student turnout for Franklin. They're all the way up to the top row here.
Well, normally it's not, 75 yet. It feels good to play football right now. We're not seeing cramps or anything. Remember last year we had 4 or 5 guys go down by the second half last year.
Had to stop for water breaks.
Yeah, they had that new rule imposed where they had to take breaks or whatever in the middle, right? We had to take forced timeouts.
Yep, every 10 minutes, I believe.
Yeah, it's just a perfect night for football. It feels more like mid-October,
Let's look right now just for fun. Check out our weather station on top of the press box here.
Well, my weather station on my arm says 73. Going back to Panea.
Yep, nothing there. 71 according to our weather station on top of the press box here. Yeah, Gallatin, you got to think at halftime they talked about stuffing the run for Franklin.
I think Gallatin is going to get out of that 3-man front. That's how they got really hurt in the first half against Franklin. They were, like I said, it let the linemen get upfield too much and make key blocks. Now you're seeing them in a 4-man front, sometimes a 5. They've had to pivot a little bit from what they wanted to do.
And they go again. Makes one man miss. Bounces off a tackler. Out to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, it's time to start naming some of these big boys. As I'm telling you, they're having a game. That's Noah Robeson. That's a senior at what I think's right guard, and he paved the way right there.
38-yard line.
Play coming in late. Play clock's down to 14. They'll have to hurry. Trying to get away, looking, throws, deflected, incomplete. That's probably the best thing that could have happened right there was for that ball to fall.
Murray was coming up, and he smelt blood in the water right there.
32nd and 10.
Again, though, you got to give the sophomore quarterback credit. You know, he turned to the right and avoided it. He could have made a worse throw. I'd rather seen that go in the stands, but that's just me.
Overthrow it.
Gallatin still with the four-man front. Went from a 3-4 to a 4-3.
Here's a throw, threw it behind. He's trying to hit the tight end out there, and Connor Miller, it was behind him.
Incomplete. Gallatin wanted backwards pass there, but that was forward by probably 3 yards. That looked like a tight end screen, but it was just blown up. Gallatin had safety help on that side, and as soon as Greg swung out that way, he came up and tore that play up.
So 3rd and 10 here from the 38. They'll throw deep.
He's open.
Got Pittman again, and he caught it again.
That's a big play. That ball was actually deflected. Pittman just won the battle coming down.
And what I think even made that better, it looked like Williams even grabbed Putnam's arm.
Yeah.
And he was able to get loose and still make the catch.
Yeah, I think that ball, he had one arm on it, and I think it bounced off the shoulder pad of the other guy, and then he hauled it in on the deflection. That was just a heck of a play.
Great concentration from number 3, Miles Putnam, his second big play of the night. And that gives Franklin a first down at the 13-yard line. And once again, Ryder Gregg just dropping it in there. You got to think Panea's going to see it here. Straight up the middle. Cuts back. Bounces off one tackler. And he'll be brought down there. Look like number 25 brought him down. Amari Holman.
Yeah, maybe a gain of 1 there.
And Panea's going to get a breather here.
Yeah, that was pretty good collision on that play. I was about to say, that was head-to-head.
And Isaac Burgos is in at quarterback. And they'll keep it on the ground straight up the middle. This time it's number 42. First time we've called Liam Hodges' name tonight.
Brought in on the stop.
And
on the play. It's 3rd and 9.
Here comes Greg back in.
I used to wonder if a helmet come off or something like that. Did he have to come off?
Yeah.
Right back out of here. You got 3rd and long.
Franklin having trouble getting lined up. Still 10 seconds to go on the play clock.
Gallatin still in the 4-3.
Greg, he'll run. He's got a gap.
He's got a lane.
He's got a first down. He cuts back, spins, dives.
Wait for a signal. Looks like he's down to 1. Either way, it's a first down, maybe a touchdown.
And Gallatin acts like they think the ball came loose.
Game's good for a puppet first down.
Well, it looked like when they had hold of him, he was spinning as he went down, and I think when the ball slammed on the turfs when it came out.
From inside the 1.
So he stretched for the goal line, didn't get it, but he is about as close as you could be. It looks.
Yeah,
from
it
here.
looks maybe 6 inches, if that.
So it's first and goal from inside the 1 somewhere.
Yeah,
We need to get us some more cameras down the goal line.
yeah. This is Panea all day. If it's me calling, he gets it.
Actually, I think that's Burgos on the keeper. It was. He kept it, and he's gonna.
He didn't gain or
He's gonna lose a yard. It looks like, or lose half a yard.
Yeah.
Because now it's on the 1 yard line. You know, some you don't see a lot. You see teams now, they run out of the shotgun or the pistol every play. This is where you almost wish you could be up under center.
Yeah.
Sticking with Burgos at quarterback. Panea, straight up the middle. Got it. Touchdown, Franklin.
Justin Arden got to call the big boy because he paved the way right there. That's one of those when you're a coach, you just pick your best lineman to say follow him.
So Franklin regains the lead with a 1 yard touchdown from Panea. Now Franklin's going for 2. Burgos keeps it just straight up the middle, and he'll be stopped. No good.
Burgos is stopped short of the goal line on the 2-point conversion.
I think it's 53. That's
3:07 to go in the third
Case and
quarter.
Boswell.
20. Gallatin 16.
So Franklin's got the lead back. They lead it 20-16 with 3:07 to go in the third. So 20-16, Franklin's regained the lead with 3:07 to go in the third. Jose Gonzalez to kick off. Here's the high, short pooch kick this time. They've got Scott there. Scott on the return. Got a block, but he's going to go down at about the 29.
Football? Nope. Ground fumble.
Yep, Kyler Campbell came out of there with it.
Back and forth so far, Jay. This game still go either way.
Got to find a way to get to Stroop here.
Yeah.
And there he is, that quick out there, and that one's incomplete.
Yeah, one of the few misses we've seen. That ball landed a yard in front of the receiver.
Taken for Cagle. Domingo on the covers for Franklin. It's 2nd and 10.
You know, they brought pressure several times. They've gotten to him a couple of times, but it seems like he gets rid of the ball just as the pressure gets there.
Yeah.
Like right there. And that ball's complete. J.C. Cagle crossing It's going to be run out of bounds at the 42.
Run out of bounds at the 42.
And Gallatin going quickly to the line of scrimmage.
Gallatin.
Here's another quick one out to Barksdale.
Cross pass through the Barksdale.
And
Shipping up.
On the stop.
Preston Mooney, that's that big tight end.
yeah, he got rolled up over there. He was just standing there, and Barksdale, when he got knocked out of bounds, looked like he rolled his leg up. Good to see him make his way off on his own.
Yeah, he wanted to stay, but I believe they had to run the
Yeah.
play in.
So 2nd and 7 now.
7.
It's time out to number 26. He'll be caught. Victavius Thomas with the catch.
Yeah, Gallatin's one of those, they got receivers running around everywhere. That kid come out of the backfield and just found open space out there off the right. They're tough to defend unless you have a really veteran core in the secondary.
It's 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2 from the 50-yard line. See if they go to the ground, and they do. And they'll go right back to Malachi Harper, and he's tripped up, but looks like he got the first down.
On the stop.
And indeed he does at the 47, 1st and 10 for Gallatin.
1st and 10 from the Franklin 47-yard line.
I believe Alexander Dykstra ran off with our first cramp of the night.
Here's a throw. That one was high as Barksdale went up to get it, and I think he heard footsteps from John Nick Talbert.
Yeah, he's telling Stroop right now, my bad. That ball was catchable, but I don't believe he wanted to pay for it.
No. Stroop ought to be telling him, my bad.
Yeah.
So I heard the other night receivers don't like their ribs being exposed. Stroop to throw, but there's that middle screen as he saw the lineman just all break free.
Yeah, I remember our coach used to tell us, if you get through easy, something's wrong.
Pass complete to Harper.
But man, it's hard to hit the brakes, you know, when you finally get a shot to go through.
3rd and 1.
So 3rd and 1, you got to think you're going to see Harper here.
Yep.
And there he is. He breaks through for the first down to the 35. And Peyton King made the stop.
On the stop. Game's good for a Gallatin first down.
So Gallatin just slowly marching down the field.
Tip.
And they tried to throw it back across.
Big play, Andrew Brown.
Yep. Andrew Brown got a hand on that one.
Complete. Andrew Brown with the pressure. It's 2nd and 10.
And that's one thing they tell those linebackers and linemen, if you can't get home, get your hands up.
Yeah, he throws so fast. I mean, you're not going to get there even if you're free. Right? I mean, a lot of times it's not even a 1-2 step drop.
Looking deep this time. Pass over the middle. Cagle just out of his reach.
Yeah, overthrown. Yeah, you're not going to get there on these 1- and 2-step drops. It's key, especially when he's dink and dumping all over. Linemen and everybody got to be jumping on every pass.
Like you've said, we've seen him tonight. He's dropped down and thrown sidearm.
Yeah.
He's got all kinds of.
Well, I mean, when he's, 6'4", he don't have to throw sidearm too much.
No.
He can see the whole field.
Here's a big play, 3rd and 10 from the 35. Pressure coming. They pick it up. Here's a pass, and he dropped it. Harper had it. had a step on Brown.
Harper knows it. Hands went to helmet, so he just dropped that ball, and that's probably a touchdown.
Brown didn't get his head turned around, never saw it coming, and Harper just dropped it. So here's another decision. You'd be talking about a 52-yarder, but they said he hit one last week.
10 yards to go.
And you called it, Rocky. Rocky said they're going to take a timeout, and they do.
They want to see how they lined up with this. It's a big play.
So 32 seconds to go in the third quarter. Big third down or fourth down coming up. 4th and 10 for Gallatin when we come back. So here we go, 4th down and 10 from the 35. Big play coming up here.
Nobody in the backfield with strap on this.
Now Franklin takes a timeout. 5 wide receivers come out, and Franklin will take a timeout as well.
Wanted a chess game going on here, Jay. What this is.
The Franklin High School cheerleaders would like to thank their silver sponsors for the 2025-26 season: Bartlett Law, Battle Page Insurance, Aaron Gilbert, Benchmark Real.
I think from what we've seen so far, if they come out with a running back in the backfield, you've got to take your middle linebacker and shadow him.
Yep.
Because they've gashed us a couple of times, sending that guy out in the flat. You know, all these receivers just going and paving way, and he's coming out of the backfield with nobody on him.
Yep.
Getting 15, 20 yards at a time. But on that play, if they came out the way they did before, he had nobody in the backfield with him. You got 3 wide receivers to the far side. 2 closest to you on your screen.
Here we go. Pressure coming. Here's that middle screen. And he's going to be stopped short.
He may be a yard short.
Scott had it. It was, you know, he made a couple of moves and looked like he might have had some space, but he stopped a yard short.
Yeah, you couldn't. If he'd have beat one more guy, he'd have had it. It's great defense there by Franklin, though. You know, just
26-yard line.
So Franklin's D holds.
Yeah, they came out in the first one in a 4-3, you know, with the guy in the backfield. And then when the backfield became empty, they swapped it 3-4, put the extra DB in the back.
They fake to Panea. Now they'll throw back across the middle. Got him in. It's Putnam again.
Yeah. Putnam started over here closest to our screen, and that play took a long time to develop for him to get all the way across the field.
Yep, all the action came to the near side, and then Putnam sneaked away to the left side and was open, picked up 15 yards.
Yeah, he had a defensive back that was on him for probably 75% of that route, but it's like he just slowed down and stopped. Putnam kept running out into the flat.
So Franklin with some momentum as we go to the 4th quarter. 3 quarters in the book from Howard Gamble Stadium. Franklin leads at 20-16. Fourth quarter underway. Franklin clinging to a 20-16 lead with the ball at their own 41-yard line. Panea up the middle, stutter steps, carries the pile forward a little bit, out to about the 48.
Yeah, Panea's running like a big boy. That's another down where in the first probably yard from scrimmage was the first contact, and he ends up 5 or 6 yards down the field.
Yeah, it's almost like he's really patient, waiting on a play to develop.
Yeah. And I'll tell you this too, he doesn't hold that ball out. It's tucked in between two arms in the gut, and he's lowering head, and his legs are turning and moving forward.
So second and short, second down, 3 to go. Panea again, straight up the middle. Cross downfield, got the first down.
Again, a 4-yard goal play, good for Puckett's first down. First and 10 Franklin from the Gallatin 48-yard line.
So first and 10 for the Ads at the 48-yard line.
Trips left here for Franklin.
Throw over the middle, he had a man and just overthrew him.
Yeah, he wants that one back because, you know, two things. He threw into double coverage, and on that one, I think he missed Hudson Reed out here that was pretty much all alone. And really throwing over the middle high like that. He was lucky that ball wasn't caught.
Yeah. I was watching, you know, after that ball was overthrown, Ron Williams, a safety, it looked like the ball got on him so quick he couldn't even react.
Yeah, it was almost like he couldn't believe it was coming. Very fortunate to have that one back. Franklin started out like this. You got two stacks on both sides.
It's Panea again. Moves the pile forward.
Panea on the carry.
Now, I'm telling you, we haven't said the names too much, but like Eli Ruth at the center position, Justin Arden at the guard, they have opened up some massive holes tonight. They're doing a job.
So big play here. It's third and looks like a long 5, maybe 6.
Yep.
And if I know Coach Atkins, this is 4-down territory.
Yeah, you just need to get 4 or 5 here.
Yep. And Gallatin's going to have to use a timeout. Couldn't get players off the field. I'd like to see Greg run to the line there and snap the ball with those guys running off the field.
Well, they actually lined up back in that 3-man front again, you know, they can pass all the way when it's 3rd and 5. But I'm kind of like you. If I'm coach here, I want to get 3 or 4 here, and that way I have, you know, 4th and 2, 4th and 3.
4th and 1, yep.
Especially after that last pass, I would I'd much rather have the ball in Panea's hands.
A really fun non-region matchup here tonight. It's good to have Gallatin back on the schedule. Franklin will return the trip up there next year in week 2. Next week, new team on the schedule, Shelbyville, comes to Franklin. The Golden Eagles now in our region, so that is a region game.
Shelbyville.
Shelbyville coming in last year, finished the regular season 9-1, I believe. So,
I've always heard Shelbyville. You're doing that Y a little hard.
Shelbyville.
Shelbyville. Shelbyville. I always like to watch the kids at the breaks out here in the track end zones. They have their own little mini games out there. It's always fun.
I've seen a lot of the high schools lately getting turf. They put a little field down there.
Field. Yeah, let them do it. That's the future of the program right there.
So here we go, 3rd and 6, 3rd and a long 5, and then we're going to get a flag. Franklin moved.
Yeah. I shouldn't have mentioned him. That was Eli Root. You know, he was coming out to pull and kick out a defensive end right there, and he got a little too antsy.
So now you really want to get about 6 yards here.
Yeah, this is tough now. It makes it a little bit tougher, but still, you're trying to get half of it, so you're, 4 or 5.
It's 3rd and 11.
3 back up front for Gallatin.
And Panea makes a man miss.
Yeah.
Going, and he's slung down. He's going to be close. He's not going to get a favorable spot. It looks like they're going to spot him at about the 39. But there it is. There's 10 yards, so it's going to be 4th and 1.
Yeah, I think at this point, if I'm coach, I'm going to have a set of 1 or 2 plays that my quarterback can audible to when they see that 3-man front and just run Panea right at it.
Crowd standing up in front of us yelling go, and I don't think there's any question Coach Atkins, he was going to go for it here. Know him well enough to know he's not going to punt in his own territory.
Yeah, I look for Greg to run for this marker closest to us over here. Try to spread this out and beat the corner.
Yeah,
both these wide receivers probably going to pull those DBs out deep, and then you're going to have a foot race for this, this first down pylon over here.
Yeah, you're right. A couple of times this year on short yardage, this game, you've seen Greg keep it.
Yeah, I think this is one advantage that Franklin has over Gallatin, where Stroop's not as fast as Greg.
Right.
So when it comes to a foot race, trying to get 1 or 2 yards for a first down, I think I would run some type of play action here with Panella up the middle, and then let Stroop have a foot race to that first down marker that's closest to us over here.
So 8:46 to go. And a big play coming here.
It's 4th and 1.
Gallatin back into 4-3.
Panea off the right side, and looked like he got it. Yeah, forward progress. He got it by a yard. Move the sticks. First down, Franklin. And again, you called it the right side of that offensive line. Not necessarily creating a hole, but just moving the left side of the Gallatin defense back. Straight up the middle, new back in the game. That's Liam Hodges carrying again. Not much there.
Yeah, that looked like the play they tried to run whenever we had the false start earlier. That time they used a tight end to try to come around the other side and kick out, but great play from up front by the nose tackle from Gallatin.
Hodges actually lost a little bit on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and nearly 11 now. Greg to throw this time. Under pressure.
Man up.
Gets away, flag down. He's going to throw this one away. And there's a flag down back at the 49-yard line. It's going to be a hold.
Yeah. They may keep that in the pocket. They had a man open right there. If they, had a guy come up the middle to ruin it, but if that play would have developed, it looked, they had something.
10-yard penalty from the previous spot to a second down.
So the penalty moves it back to the 48-yard line, and it's 2nd and 20.
Trips left again here on Franklin. This is where Putnam's really hurt him. He's found some space.
Greg to throw. Setting up the screen. Putnam again. Makes one man miss. He's loose.
Foot race,
On the sideline. They got an angle on him, and he's going to be finally.
That's down. Wait for a signal. I couldn't tell if he got out of bounds or if he spun in.
I think they wrestled him out of bounds. I said finally wrestled out of bounds, and it is. They're going to say just inside the 5-yard line. Miles Putnam with another big play. And there is a flag, and they're going to get Franklin for a hold back at the 37-yard line.
That's hard to do. How do you get a hold on a screen pass? Man, I don't know about that. The whole point of the screen is to just block them for a count, let them go. The way the middle of the field opens up. Big penalty there.
So the ball's right back where it was.
Well, it made second down after penalty for holding.
Trips to the far side for Franklin.
Greg's going to keep this one. And Gallatin strings that one out nicely. And Andy Brock comes through and takes Ryder Gregg down to the turf.
We'll say here, third and last cast is
third and 25, or as old colleague Salty used to say, third and all the way to Las Casas.
We got him right where we want him. Same formation to give for Franklin.
Whoa. And he's going to throw this one away, and I think they're going to, there's a flag for intentional groundings. Nobody over there. I think the referee just gave the wrong signal. It looked like he signaled roughing the passer.
Looks like he's a Braves fan doing the chop. Man, how 30 seconds changes things.
Yeah,
You know,
went from being first and goal at the 4 to fourth, and I don't even know if I can calculate this.
we need AI for this. But you're kicking it.
30, yeah.
Well, we should be kicking it.
Forwards in front formation. Scott is deep for Gallatin.
And this
Good
one
kick,
gets
too.
high spiral, and it'll bounce and bounce out of bounds right about the 40. And Gallatin takes over with 5:42 left. Franklin needs a stop here. Good thing is, you know, if nothing else on that drive, you kept your defense off the field for a while. They got to rest.
That's a good way of looking at it.
That's what I said, if nothing else.
Yeah, I don't think we had a hold the entire first half, and we've had 2 big holding calls on both sides in the second half.
So need the defense to step up here. Need a big stop.
I think she's got on to him for the music.
Yep.
That's the student section.
Yep. Blitz coming. Stroop rolls. Then tried to dump it off and bat away again. Andrew Brown, second time tonight he's batted a ball out of the air.
Yeah, he's doing really good at containing. He's kind of playing it, you know, like just to say, he's not rushing total. He's just kind of breaking down in front and being big, taking away the throwing lanes.
Yep, trying to read that arm angle.
Yep.
So, like to get Gallatin in 3rd and long. Here's a middle screen again. Tegan Lee comes up and blows the play up.
Yeah, Franklin showed a four-man front there and dropped one back, and I believe that's what blew that all up. You know, when you got a 4-man front, you got 4 guys to throw over. But on that one, they put the middle linebacker with Keegan right in the way of that screen.
So Harper made the catch but was dropped immediately, and here it is, 3rd and long. Like to get the ball back here. Stroop rolling, looking. Now he'll run. He's knocked out of bounds.
Well,
he's going to be short of the first down. But you got to think, with inside of 5 minutes here, probably think Gallatin's going to go for it here on 4th and 2.
Yeah, we just said Andrew Brown a minute ago for knocking down that pass, but he took the wheel route away right there. That was, I believe, what that play was intended for. Running back was running that wheel coming out of the backfield, and as a tight end, he picked it up and stuck it.
See what we get here. They go on the ground, and he's met in the backfield, and he will not get it.
Tegan met him with some authority right then. That was a big play.
Harper with the carry. Tegan Lee met him in the backfield, and he's short of the first down. Big stop by the defense.
Yeah, I'm really surprised to see him hand that ball off right there. You know, I thought we were going to see another dump somewhere.
I expected a little play action and then one of those quick little passes into the flat or over the middle. But Franklin gets it back at the 48 of Gallatin.
Yeah, we got to calm down here a little bit on offense. That last couple set of downs, not what you want to see.
Panea spins away and made nothing turn into at least a little something. And now with 4:35 to go, the clock could become a factor here soon, and something big here, Rocky. Gallatin's only got 1 timeout left.
Yeah.
So a couple of first downs right here.
Yeah, you know, Coach is feeling pretty good knowing that he can't kick a 4-pointer, if you know what I mean.
Yep. Running that play clock down inside of 5. Panea straight up the middle, cuts to the right, pulling a man, pulling 2 men. He's down inside the 40 to the 39.
Another big run. Yeah, I think it's really important right here. If you're a coach, you're going to tell everybody to stay in bounds. You need that clock to keep ticking.
So 3rd and 1.
Be a good time to watch Putnam right here too. With 3rd and 1, they're going to stack that box. You may have a shot here with a play action. Hit Putnam on one of these white guys again. He's out there by himself, far side of the screen.
And Franklin's going to get a false start here. Another big penalty.
False start. 63 offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
I didn't see who that was. That's a tough break for Franklin. They got to be smarter than that on offense. That's a big down right there.
What's that?
You all could have put the nail in the coffin right there with another 1st down.
And now you're on the.
It's the same thing we were in a minute ago.
Yeah.
You're in 2 down now.
Panea. And Gallatin smell that one, and they end up getting nothing, and Gallatin's going to use their last timeout right here.
Loss of a yard on the play. Timeout Gallatin.
So now decision time. What do you do here? Are you thinking hard? Or?
I'm thinking. They took a timeout for a reason, okay?
You know, obviously I was just thinking, I was having flashbacks here. We got that false start, and it kind of reminded me of the Titans at the Patriots playoff game, because the clock started again after the penalty. So I was wondering, do you take another false start and run another 25 seconds off the clock? I mean,
not a bad idea. I think if it's me, the way that my defense has played, I think I punt it.
Yeah, I think punt it here.
I mean, you can put them deep, and they got to go the length of the field in 2:30.
But the offense is coming back out. Do you try to draw them off sides here and turn it into 4th and 2?
If you're going to punt it,
I'm going to make a prediction. I heard Coach talk about this today. Quick kick. They were trying to draw them off sides.
Yeah, take the penalty. Nope. 3 on the clock.
And he takes the penalty, and here comes the punt team. Now, I did talk to Coach right before the game today when they were having team meal, and I did hear him say something about quick kick. So I thought we might have seen it there from Ryder Gregg. Say right here, if you're Oris, try to kick it into the end zone. I wouldn't even risk a run back here.
Scott McMurray deep.
This one's not too deep, but it's not going to be returned, and it's going to take a nice bounce. And Franklin's going to down it inside the 15-yard line. So Gallatin's going to have 2:20. No timeouts left. And they got to have a touchdown.
Gallatin will start to drive 1st and 10 on the 13-yard line.
Stroop's got time, rolls, looking, being chased now. Now he'll throw it down the sideline, incomplete.
That was almost offensive pass interference. You can tell he kind of turned around and knew, like, uh-oh, because defensive back actually got on top of him on that play.
So 2:10 to go, 2nd and 10.
with all these short passes, Franklin's had to move to a three-man front as well. They start with four, but they're shading it, and they're usually dropping one back just to try to get, to pick one of those short passes off.
Stroop to throw, looking. He's going to fire deep over the middle. Incomplete, and I think this will be pass interference. Yeah, they're going to get Lane Anderton.
Yeah, Lane didn't even look at the football that time. They're going to get you almost every time if you don't even look back,
Yep.
That's interference. 33 on the Deacon. The 15-yard penalty for the previous results in the first round.
He said 33. So that gives Gallatin a first down. Again, good part about high school rules, only 15-yard penalty instead of being a spot foul. Stroop to throw. Gets away from a man, rolling, throws, back over the middle, it's caught. Scott's got room, and he's down inside the 40, and that's what you didn't need was a big play.
Yep.
So Gallatin's in business, 1:52 to go.
Yeah, I believe that was Zion Brown got in there, got a hand on the jersey, and just couldn't bring him down. That's what I mean. You got to break down kind of with this dude.
Stroop going to throw deep. Separation, he's got a man, he caught it, touchdown.
No flag. That looked like a push to me. He got separation by pushing off.
And just like that, Gallatin is back on top.
He missed.
Yeah, you can see the Franklin players all signaling.
Yeah, I think everybody's seen it, but the guy who was supposed to look for it.
That was J.C. Cagle.
That was just a big shove, but you got to keep your head up here. You're still going to have 131 to get back down the field.
And the kick is good. So 1:31 to go. Gallatin has regained the lead, 23-20.
Okay, I take it back. I would have went for it down here. Shouldn't have punted it right. What were we thinking? Yeah, different feel from Gallatin right there. I mean, he dropped back more in that possession than he did the entire first three quarters. Be nice to just run it back here. Get it over with.
So, like you said, what a difference 30 seconds makes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, wasn't too long ago you were a yard away from probably icing this game.
Yeah, and I hate to bring it up. That's a bad holding or a bad ball start call. It's just little things, right, that can't happen. We've had the botched punt, instead of being 3rd and 2, you're looking at 3rd and 7.
Yep.
Makes it tough to put away a good team like this. Another big boy kick.
Yeah. Out of the back of the end zone. So 1:31. And one timeout left for Franklin.
I mean, this is where you want to be. You got the ball. You got a chance to win the game.
So Ryder Gregg's going to have to put it in the air here.
3 back in the front.
Gregg throws, almost intercepted. Andy Brock had it. It hit him right in the hands.
Luck more. That's fortunate. I don't know how he missed that football. It hit him right between the numbers. He just dropped it. Two safeties deep for Gallatin here, 3-man front.
Gregg throws over the middle, incomplete. Trying to hit Dane Hodgkins over the middle. And it's 3rd and 10.
They want to try to pull out the screen here. They're coming all out.
Yep.
You know, if you run the play where you dropped it down in the middle, a couple of plays ago.
And Franklin's going to have to use their last timeout. Couldn't get lined up right. And Coach Atkins going to have to use that last timeout. So the big thing right here is get the first down, prolong the game.
Yeah, that's why I say you got to look at it, one first down at a time. And, they're dead set. They're coming for the quarterback. They got 4 guys deep. Like you said, you got to get 5 or 6, give yourself a chance at a first down. Move the sticks, stop the clock, repeat.
Two safeties, like you said, 21 yards down the field.
Yeah.
Here's a throw, trying to hit Putnam. He overthrew him on the sideline. He was open, coming out of his break. And here it is. Game's on the line right here. So here it is.
Two safeties still back.
1:17 to go. Got to have a first down. Got to get to the 30. Gregg rolls to his left, looking. Nobody open. He's going to be sacked.
Somebody would throw it too.
And we got a flag. I think Franklin's going to get a late hit on top of it.
There's a flag on the play.
Officials talking it over right now.
Did you see anything? I can't see that far down.
I think my guess is there's a late hit on us.
Yeah.
I think Franklin, frustration, came in, hit the guy that was.
Personal foul on the offense. Red ball foul. Penalty, half position. First down.
So Gallatin's going to take over somewhere inside the 5-yard line, right at the 4. And you'd think they're going to go victory formation here and just kneel down. Still 1:09 on the clock. And Franklin's out of timeout, so 2 kneel downs ought to do it.
Yeah, it's a tough one to swallow, but they got to learn from it. It's still early, you know, second game of the year. This is a win if you clean it up.
And Stroop takes a knee, and like we said, one more snap ought to do it.
Yeah, about 5 seconds difference. Kneel one more. Yeah.
And that'll do it right there with a final kneel down as the last 5 seconds will tick off. So Franklin leads for approximately 46.5 minutes of the game tonight, but cannot come away with a victory.
Yeah, it's cleaning up little things. I mean, you can't jump off sides on 3rd and 2. You know, muffin punts, things like that. It's little things, right?
Yep.
And I know Coach has said this time and time again, you got to be disciplined on that little stuff because it adds up. And today, it really added up.
Yep. Just some key moments in that game that just changed momentum.
Yeah.
And Franklin hangs in with what I'd say is a really good offense there, holding that offense to 23 points. And, Gallatin's lucky to get out of here with a win tonight, but give them credit, they pulled it off.
Well, I mean, you got to look at the big picture. Your sophomore quarterback, you lost Luke Thompson in the first quarter.
Yep.
Right? They did not prepare for that. No, that's tough to come back from. And you played a group of seasoned seniors and juniors on offense, and you pretty much held them in check for 3 quarters.
Yep.
So there's a good and bad to come out of it. I believe Franklin looks at this and says, we got a couple little things to clean up, especially on special teams. Like you had 2 muff punts tonight, and then you had, kicked punts, and then you had the receiving punt that was a turnover. You clean up a bunch of little stuff, and you got to win tonight.
Yep.
That's saying a lot.
So big nights from Miles Putnam. Had 3 big catches, 1 for a touchdown. He had a nice night from running back Joseph Panea. Huge night on the ground, over 100 yards rushing. And
well, and I think Coach came into this with trying to figure out who his quarterback is, and I believe he's leaving it and knows who it is.
Yep.
So a lot of good things.
So region play begins next Friday night. Shelbyville Golden Eagles come in to Franklin next Friday night for a 7 o'clock kickoff. So Franklin back at home next Friday night. We'll be on the air a little bit before 7 o'clock with our pregame and kickoff next Friday night at 7 o'clock here at Howard Gamble Stadium against Shelbyville. So tonight Franklin falls to Gallatin 23-20 in a what was a really good ball game. And we'll do it again next Friday night. So appreciate you joining us out there this evening. For Rocky Jackson, for Miss Carrie Thompson producing for us tonight. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next Friday night here at Franklin.
Be good.